Good morning, my millionaire growth partners. My name is Otis Tucker, the world's first trillionaire. I am creating financial freedom for billions of people across this world. I am creating a million millionaires. I am the greatest leader that ever lived. I am God, people, and most important is that I manifest the words I speak. My message today, people, is for you to, I want to say, collapse your lives or merge your lives, whichever one resonates best, but to me they're the same. And here's what I mean when I say that. It's like, if you really look over your life, people, you'll realize, and we all can test to this, is that we have different ways of being depending on who we're talking to, your audience. Whether we're talking to our significant other, whether we're at work or whatever the case is that we've been so programmed for most of our lives to simply live a life that adapt to everything or your environment that, without realizing it, we become susceptible where we have many ways of living different lives, and the easiest way to tell what I'm to know or understand what I mean, people, is that obviously you have different conversation with different people. There's different people that when you're around them, you talk about nothing but positivity or, goals and so forth. And then when you're around certain people, without realizing it, you find that because they complain, you find yourself complaining too about different things. You know what I'm saying? And then, my point that I'm trying to get at, man, is that I want you to really simply choose who you want to be and intentionally choose to be that way all the time. It's like, I remember at the beginning of my journey when I was doing these videos, it's like for the first 6 months, God told me back in 2021 I was supposed to do videos. This one I barely post anything online, much less doing videos, man. And it's like a year go by, I did none of that because I didn't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? 2022, a year later, I went back to Jamaica, and he's like, okay. Afterwards, I strongly told me, I got the vision again, I must do these videos. And, bottom line is January 7, 2023 is when I started doing these videos every single day. And for the first 6 months, even though I was saying these affirmations, to tell you the truth, deep down, subconscious level, I did not believe these things, but I know I needed to say them anyways. And the vision has shown me that over time I would believe it, And my point is, people, is that, even though the way I, when I do these videos, which is me really tapping into the spirit and speaking from the spirit, for majority of my life or world, it's like I was still operating strictly and mostly and solely from the flesh. Obviously, we know we're three-dimensional. We are mind, body, and spirit, right? So what happened is, majority of the people you see around here is strictly relying on their body to provide the solutions to their problems. And they're living from the body. You know what I'm saying? They're not really tapping into the spirit, to where the spirit is leading the decisions that they make. And I say that's for majority of the people, if you're being honest with yourself, So it's like, what happened is, the easiest way to tell when you're operating from the body is that you feel the need and desire to be in control of what's happening. Anytime you find yourself trying to control what's happening, or if you're overly in control of what's happening, then realize that you're operating from the body phase. When you find yourself trusting God and having faith and relying on the spirit to be your guide, that's when the spirit is leading your people, and that's when you're making decisions from the spirit and not your body, So it's like, I really want for people in general to get to the point where, like for me right now, I know how to tap into the spirit at will, And before, for the longest time, I've been able to do it mostly when I'm meditating at night and doing these videos in the morning time. But now I'm learning how to tap into the spirit even while I run my business and throughout everything that I do, for that matter. You know what I'm saying? And the benefits to that, people, when you learn how to operate mostly from the spirit, and of course there's some bodily thing you have to figure out, you know what I'm saying, the self-development part and continuous improvement on your skills. But if you allow the spirit to be the guiding force over your life, then it's like everything you do, the spirit is, the spirit is present within you, and you're tapping into that, so you can speak from that space, you can solve problems from that space, and that's more or less what I mean, people. It's like collapsing your lives. It's like just realizing that your spiritual life and your bodily life, you can merge them, mind, body, and spirit to work synergistically, yes, like synergize, work together, man, using all three compartments of yourself to work together to produce the ultimate amazing life that you're looking to create for yourself, and that is indeed what my message is today, people, is I want you to learn how to tap into your mind, body, and spirit at will, and to use all three compartments of your lives to really optimize your life so you can really experience that very joyful and amazing life, and I think that is priceless, man. I really think that it's priceless to be able to do that, because you won't be happy just some of the time. You'll be happy all the time, people, because anytime you involve the spirit into what you're doing, it brings that natural joy, happiness, passion. It brings and gravitate amazing people towards you, because as you tapping into the spirit and you speak from the spirit, then you're easily able to speak to the spirit that's in others. You know what I'm saying? And that's why people will gravitate towards you and be inspired and motivated by you, because you're able to communicate to them in their spirit, to their spirit. You know what I'm saying? Even if they're operating from the body, when you're in the spirit, people, that when the words come out of your mouth, it's literally connecting with their spirit. You're speaking to their soul, man. You're speaking to the God in people. So that's one of the biggest benefits, really, more than anything, that I would strongly encourage anybody to really learn how to tap into your mind, body, and spirit at will. But more important than that is learning to work with all three components of your life to really produce optimal results, not just for yourself, but for the people that's around you. That is indeed the message today, people. My declaration over your life, people, number one is that you are a millionaire. Number two is that you're married to the person of your dreams. Number three, people, is that you have amazing health and you're in the best shape of your life, man. My prayer for you today, people, is that this message really resonate with you today, so that you can really figure out how to stop living multiple lives, you know what I'm saying? And just really focus on being authentically 100% in control of who you're showing up as, who you're deciding to be in all instances. And the cool thing is that as you develop the habit of choosing to be the way that you want to be, which is leading from the spirit, then you're living a happy and amazing life without even trying, people. And you'll be an inspiration to every and anybody that come in contact with you. And I think that's very powerful. I think that's very amazing. And, I strongly desire for you to develop that for yourself, people. I really hope that you develop that for yourself. With that being said, people, that's it, man. Y'all have an amazing day, and we'll talk tomorrow.